The raptors are out there. Childhood is a strange period. Our minds are far more flexible and desperate for suggestion as we struggle to piece together our surroundings, one idea and new experience at a time, trying as fast as we can to build protective walls of understanding and sense to keep us alive long enough to experience even more. Traditionally, the role of a parent is to facilitate in this process. How to communicate, which things are food, which foods cause what effects, what is danger, what is dangerous. To do this, the parent often implements the tool of stories to wrap a harsh and complicated concept into a captivating package. And since the modern parent has a near infinite choice of stories to pull from thanks to the calculated inventions of books, movies, and television, it becomes all the more interesting to see which lessons become the highest priorities to implant on the blank canvas that is their child. When I was 9 years old, my father took me to a movie theater to learn from Jurassic Park. I'm sure most of you are familiar with the film. Jurassic Park and its 4 sequels have consistently placed in the top box office records lists. But the gist of the plot is this. A man brings forth a creature that he thinks he can control. Then he is violently shown how much he can't really control anything. Nature always finds a way. It actually gets surprisingly complex, and the movie has a lot to unpack. But that first lesson that my pre-adolescent brain soaked in was one of the most direct. One of the main protagonists, played by Sam Neill, a man who I've since come to equate with wisdom and craft, is explaining to a chubby kid roughly my own age just how very wrong they are in the world. Humans may be the apex predator in the world today, but that was certainly not always the case, and we can lose our current status in a punctured heartbeat.
Okay. Try to imagine yourself in the Cretaceous period. You get your first look at this 6-foot turkey as you enter a clearing. He moves like a bird, lightly bobbing his head. And you keep still because you think that maybe his visual acuity is based on movement, like T-Rex, and he'll lose you if you don't move. But no, not Velociraptor. You stare at him, and he just stares right back. And that's when the attack comes, not from the front, but from the side. From the other 2 raptors, you didn't even know were there. Because Velociraptor's a pack hunter, you see. He uses coordinated attack patterns, and he is out in force today. And he slashes at you with this 6-inch retractable claw, like a razor, on the middle toe. He doesn't bother to bite your jugular like a lion, see? No. He slashes at you here, or here. Or maybe across the belly, spilling your intestines. The point is, you are alive when they start to eat you. So, try to show a little respect.
Okay.
By 9 years old, I was already something of a nerd. I'd poured through plenty of dinosaur books and zoology magazines, and by then I already knew that dinosaurs eventually turned into birds. But I think it took until Jurassic Park to really understand the implications of that. That the dinosaurs were not just immobile museum art, and that animals are more than sleepy-looking curiosities in zoo enclosures. And I think I also learned what it means to be a lamb chop. They, the velociraptors, the other dinosaurs, and the entirety of the natural world are lurking out there, watching us, waiting for our fences to go down so that it can devour us or tear us out of the way. Now, to be fair, even the most educational fictions use exaggeration as a way of emphasizing a point. According to the fossil record, a true velociraptor was not the man-sized terror that can be seen in the films. The animal was only about the size of a golden retriever. But its cousins, the Utahraptor and the Deinonychus, certainly stood over 5 feet tall. And there's enough evidence to indicate that their entire extended family was made up of pack hunters and tactical problem solvers, capable of bringing down animals of a size unimaginable by today's standards. So I guess it's pretty lucky for humanity that they all died out millions of years ago, and or morphed into so many harmless flocks of birds. But birds aren't really harmless, are they? The word raptor itself was borrowed from a modern family of carnivores including falcons, eagles, and owls, and a few of these carnivores have not strayed very far away from their ancient kin. The crown for the largest living bird of prey is shared between the heaviest, the harpy eagle of Central America, that can weigh up to 20 pounds, frightening when you consider that their bones are hollow, and the great Philippine eagle with an average wingspan of over 7 feet. Both of these predators regularly feast on monkeys and literally any other juicy tidbit that they can carry off. Luckily for the local inhabitants, they are also fiercely territorial and have yet to rediscover the benefit of working in packs. The humble corvid family, on the other hand, has completely embraced community tactics. Startlingly intelligent on their own and incredibly adaptive at solving human puzzles, the crows, ravens, and magpies of the world have a tight grasp of what we're up to. Over the centuries, the corvids have compiled an extensive, multi-generational memory of which of our buttons to exploit for the benefit of the flock, and all of the humans that have wronged them and must be driven out. And considering that the average sizes of the birds have gradually ticked up as they continue to take advantage of the superfood sources and sheltered habitat that our cities provide for them, it is only a matter of time before the pecking order suddenly shifts, and a large black shadow descends from the sky to extort you into a better brand of cat food, or, if we fail to remain useful to them, something bloodier. I could go on. The Velociraptor's children are everywhere. The secretary bird of Central Africa has a taste for cobras, which it literally runs down and stomps to death with its wickedly clawed feet. Emus kill roughly a person a year in Australia, despite living in the middle of nowhere and being vegetarian. Ostriches kill about 7. Inevitably, nature will find a way as soon as it feels that we are vulnerable. What then? When in some chuckle of time, humanity's future owls may be just a third larger than we see them today, and you walk home, tired after a long night at work, until absolutely silent wings break your path forever. Well, we can at least try to be ready for it. As parents have been telling their children since they first left the cave, stay alert, watch the skies, watch the corners of the path and the nooks along every road, because no matter how innocuous the world may seem now, something is definitely watching you, and its clawed limbs are coiled to pounce.